Thanks, Greer. Thanks, Andrew. What did your group do to find that extra gear in the third period?
I think we just try to keep it simple through the neutral zone. I think we turned the pucks over a little bit too many times especially in the middle frame. We were swinging off pucks. We were a little loose with it, so we kind of got back to the game that we know how to play, and we know that's going to make us successful, which is being dangerous, making sure that we can hold on to pucks down low, be big and strong, and then our skill is going to come out from there.
We'll go next to Sean Reynolds from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, Andrew, I want to make sure credit's where credit is due. In the third, your forecheck was very formidable, and you were just shutting them down. Is this Paul seeing something about the way the other teams are changing that's leading to sometimes such stark turnovers and how you guys play in the third period, or is it simply you guys get into your game?
I think it's mostly us getting to our game. I think, like the game is so cyclical, right? So like you get on the forecheck, you have guys in the right spots. So even if they do break it out, it's 2-on-3 or it's 1-on-3 and they have to dump it in. And then the breakouts look easier because there's only one forechecker up in the play and we've kind of eliminated guys, coming up the ice. So you want to try and be on the right side of that cycle as much as possible. And we were able to turn that, I think, in the third period.
We'll go next to Murat Tatesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Full night in the top six role, 2 goals, both on follow-up plays. Lots of effort for those 2 goals. What did you see on your goals tonight?
First one, I was about to leave the ice if that didn't get put in, especially for Stas. He's played so well. He's worked so hard. It's good to see him, get 3 tonight and really get going because he's, such a great player and he's played really well. Just hasn't been able to get on the score sheet. So I was really happy that I was able to put that in for him. And then the second one was just, going to the net and banging one in. I think I hit that out of the midair 3 times. So, Nicky was dynamic again. I think same with our line. We were maybe the first period we didn't like it as much, and then on from there, we were on pucks, we were fast, we were causing turnovers, we were getting pucks to the net, dangerous. So let's get it going in the first period next time.
Just a couple more. We'll go next with Scott Billick. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Andrew. Just wondering how you guys, a tough day for the team, just given the events that happened this morning, and I guess some concern coming into the game that maybe that would bleed into the game a little bit. I'm just wondering, you guys seemed to be able to park it, especially when you guys got down and got back into the game. I guess no distraction, it seemed, tonight for you guys.
It was such a long day that it felt like yesterday. Starting a 9:00 game is something we've never dealt with before. So, you had at least a little bit of time in the afternoon to kind of put it behind you. Obviously, we're gonna, Patty's a good player, and he's gonna score a lot of goals in Columbus, and we wish him all the best. But we had some time to kind of park it, like you said, as well as possible. And once the game gets going, it wasn't too much of a change with like him being out of the lineup in the last couple games. It wasn't like he was missing from the room that we were expecting necessarily for him to play tonight. So maybe that impacted it a little bit. But like I said, great player. Wish him all the best in Columbus.
And final question to Brian Munz from TSN 1290. Go ahead, Munzie.
Andrew, obviously with the way your club was able to have the success you did in the third period, anything in particular you look at from the first 40 that didn't go according to plan that you guys were able to ace this one off tonight with?
Well, I think it's just getting on, just, being simpler through the neutral zone and not, allowing them to transition against us. I think especially, I didn't mention this before, but their D was really up in the play in the first 2 periods, and they were, catching us maybe on some 4-on-3s and 3-on-2s. So, we made them break out the puck and worry about breaking out the puck instead of, waiting to jump into a transition play. And that's all about taking care of the puck. So, the less times we can let Shabbat and Riley get up in the ice, it's easier for our D to gap up, and then it's easier for us to break out because, the chips aren't as good and there's not as much time and space. So, like I said, that cycle is tough to, you want to be on the right side of that cycle as much as possible. And we were able to simplify and not put ourselves behind the 8 ball with turnovers in the third.